Okay, this is homework number 7, and you're supposed to create a design table for the shape that is described here. And you're told that the units of this table that you're going to be creating is in inches, and of course, alpha is in degrees. And I want serial number and materials also, part name and material also to be in there. Okay. So let's go ahead and make a nominal part. And my suggestion is that always try to make your nominal part based on one of these rows. Okay, so for example, I don't know, maybe this first row, for example. Okay, so let's go ahead and on that vertical plane, I will sketch something that resembles like the drawing that you have there, and you can do that any way you want. But this is how I'm going to do that. Okay, so let me do something like this. Come down here, go like so, and go to that point, and there, and there. Now, of course, we can clean it up by using these options that we have. So left line, control right line, control the middle axis. You wanted to make it symmetric. Okay, for example, this line, control that line, control middle axis, symmetric. Okay, and because of what we did, the center of that circle will actually be on that axis. Okay, that's so we can check that out. You can see that we cannot move it sideways because of what I just did. All right, so let's dimension the stuff that we want to appear in the tree. For example, not the tree, but in the design table. So what do we know? This radius, we want this radius to be dimensioned. That radius to be dimensioned. We want this height to be dimensioned. Okay, and the distance from that point, from this point to, for example, yeah, so distance from this point to this point to be dimensioned. So this point, oh, no, cancel that. This point to that point, but not that distance, the vertical distance. Right click, vertical distance to be dimensioned, and that angle also be described. So that angle to be in the table. That's going to be eventually your alpha. Yeah. Exit and padded by some amount. That's going to be eventually your L. So let me make this thing now 2. In fact, I have to follow my words because I suggested to you that use the first row as a guideline to create your part, but I didn't. So it doesn't matter as long as you can do the problem by using your own dimension to create that nominal part. Be my guest, no problem. Now, because material is also in the design table, so let me apply material here. On that part, for example, I add aluminum. This is a nominal material on that part. Okay, because notice that there's no aluminum in this table, but these are what I want, so I just put a nominal material there. All right, good. We are pretty much almost done. So we go to make my job easier because I want in the table the Excel spreadsheet to look like that, okay? The row of it, the top row of it be material, L, H, etc. I don't want any strange numbers there. I'm going to rename this stuff. So you click on F of X, click on the part. So this guy, I want it to be H, right? Look at your homework. This fellow to be R, so I'm going to rename it to be big R. that guy to be W, yeah, big W. What else do we have? That angle to be alpha with the spelling that I have there, ALFA. This is not the alpha, Greek alpha, ALPHA. It doesn't matter. This is just a name, okay? And the padded height, the padded distance, which is somewhere here. If you look enough, oh, right there, I can see that. This guy to be based on the drawing, big L. All right, and then go to go to material because you already put there. Let me see if I click on this. Well, actually, here, right here, this thing. I want to call this thing in the table. I'm calling it big MAT. All right, apply, and then the part name, part number. There is no part name in Catia. It's called part number. So I'm going to call this thing serial number. Yeah, and then okay. All right, good. So now we go to create the design table right here, design table, and I want to create one. I don't have one, I want to create one, so it's the second radio button. You say, okay. It says, all right, what do you want to go in that table? Well, I renamed these things for a good reason because I want them to appear in my tree. So this is going to be the first column is going to be serial number. Second column is going to be MAT. Third column is based on what you see in the homework statement L. Fourth column H, and then R, and then W, and finally alpha. And then you say okay. It says where do you want to put it? I'm going to put it in that same folder that I have my part. If this was a test, you have to give me the part file and the Excel spreadsheet. So we say save. Good. So now I'm going to populate it with the numbers that I want. I say edit table and populate it with the stuff that I want. And for example, second row of your table says AAA. The material is steel. The L value is 4. And then 5 and 5 and 3. 5 and 5 and 3. And then finally 90 degrees in that column. And then the third of your key of your table says BBB, brass. The spelling must be like that. It has to start with uppercase letter and then whatever, because that's the way it is in the database. I made a mistake here because if I leave it like that, when I try to run it, it's going to come back and say, I don't understand what you want. So this one actually, I wanted the tree to be, I wanted it from the problem to be 4, not $sign. If you put anything that doesn't make sense here, it'll come back with an error message. 0.5, and then a 2, 3, 0.5, and finally 120 degrees. If you put numbers here that make the curve the sketch self-intersecting and things like that, you have to go fix it. CCC, gold, pick GOLD, 132, so 1, 3, 2, 0.5, and then 10 degrees. Good. So we saved it. Oh, this second row of this table was totally useless, not in your problem statement, and we use it for nominal values, so I'm going to delete it. I don't need it. Okay. Wait for the message to come. There we are. So if you look at the first row, apply. There's the material, there's the serial number AAA. and there is the material steel, and these are the dimensions. Next row, it is brass, it is BBB, and the dimensions based on those dimensions in that row, it looks like that. Last one, apply, there we are. It is CCC, material is gold, and the dimensions that you put in this table will give you something like that. And that's pretty much it. So let me stop this, and good luck.